Now we're gonna watch Gears of War. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gears of War E-Day Direct.
Welcome to the Coalition here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, home of Gears of War. When Gears debuted in 2006, it instantly redefined the genre. And now in 2026, we're on the cusp of another rare moment. A chance to honor where we've been, celebrate with our fans, and lay the foundation for where Gears is going next. To get there, we're taking it all the way back to the day the world changed and the fight began, Emergence Day. It's a day of unimaginable loss that sits at the heart of our universe. And today, for the first time, we're ready to take you inside the studio and show you all the ways to play with our new movements, weapons, and modes that will make E-Day the most brutally satisfying Gears yet.
Nice, that's what we want.
Is that all you got?
Before we talk about what this game is, I think it's important to share why we chose E-Day. When we started this project, we were moving to Unreal Engine 5. It was a new foundation with a blank slate. So we took a moment to reflect on what makes Gears so special to us and to our fans. And we realized that all of the things that make this world feel so unique, brotherhood, brutality, that melancholy beauty, and over-the-top spectacle, they're all perfectly set up in this one moment in time, E-Day. The moment the Locust ripped through the ground and changed the history of Sarah forever. And to tell that story, we wanted to build an experience that evoked the vibes of the original Gears game. So we started with this one still from the Mad World trailer. It's Marcus facing down the Locust, defiantly firing into the darkness against overwhelming odds. And we said, this is the emotional core of Gears. This is the tone and feeling that we wanted to build our next game around.
This is our most ambitious game yet. E-Day is a story we haven't been able to tell before because we didn't have the technology to do it. We finally have the tools to reimagine the Gears world at a new, unprecedented level of detail.
That you can now with the technology.
We're pushing Gears to new heights with the densest, most detailed world we've ever created. With seamless, large-scale environments.
It's even worse from up here.
Fully dynamic ray trace lighting.
That's what you want.
And richer real-time destruction. Starting with an empty hard drive, we literally rebuilt everything from scratch.
Nice.
Characters, enemies, weapons, animation, sound, the world itself. And then we tear it apart in front of you.
Look out! Coming down!
You'll fight against bigger and more brutal enemies with new and craftier weapons and navigate the battlefield with more natural character movement so that every moment of emergence plays smoother and hits harder.
This is a game that feels like Gears, but plays like new.
Now we're inside.
It's a return to the feelings that we had when we played the original games, but now reimagined, evolved, and enhanced with the power of a new engine.
E-Day is set before the events of the original Gears of War. After decades of conflict, peace has finally been declared on Sarah, and the Gears have returned home.
Love you, baby.
Marcus Fenix and Dominic Santiago are young veterans trying to adjust to civilian life while grieving the loss of someone they both loved. Carlos Santiago, Dom's older brother and Marcus's best friend.
To Carlos.
To Carlos. Best fucking brother anyone could ask for.
Carlos died in combat in a moment of sacrifice before the war ended, and without him, Marcus and Dom's relationship is distant.
The emotion from our refinery
Because you become the...
kept power
With the world just barely on the cusp of peace and our characters coming to terms with their new reality, the Locusts emerge and change everything.
The coalition
Once
emergency
again.
broadcast
So
system.
after all that,
There are
after the
reports of
last
multiple
Gears
tremors
of War,
causing minor damage across
4 and
Cologne.
5,
E-Day tells not one, but two
This is
origin stories. The start
carrying
of
on
this world
from when they
falling apart
retired
and a
being
brotherhood coming
back.
together.
That's clever.
And over the course
I
of
believe it's
3
number
intense
5, they
days,
retired.
you'll see how loss reshapes this world and our characters, beginning with a night of desperate survival in a brand new city.
Yeah. Like coming out of retirement to reform the
We
group
decided to focus
go
our
again.
story on just one city, so you could really feel what war does to people. When we started creating Kelowna, we wanted it to be more than just a backdrop. We wanted to feel alive, like it was another character in the story, packed with layers and personality. Kelowna used to be all about innovation and discovery. But years of industrialization for the Cog War effort totally reshaped it. With such a rich history, it made sense to lean into that classic Gears retro vibe. Towering architecture,
Yeah, mental.
robust vehicles, and grounded technology. Kind of like those gritty industrial cities from the 1970s. We also looked right outside these windows at the mountains, the ocean, and local landmarks to help give Kelowna its unique style. As you play the campaign, the city reveals itself through the main districts. The historic center, with its classic Gears architecture in stone and steel. The downtown core, more modern, reshaped by decades of industrial growth. The military airfield, set at the forest edge with shipyards nearby, the refineries, and supporting working-class neighborhoods, built around constant emulsion production.
Looks incredible. It looks beautiful as well.
Gears plays best in a
Amazing.
city, and Kelowna is the ultimate battlefield.
Freaking amazing.
Kelowna's density, tight streets, mixed with open spaces, let us rethink how a gear moves through the world, and it created the perfect stage for greater scale and verticality in combat.
Liking it. I actually
Our
liking
soldiers are basically giant tanks in armor. They slam into cars, weaving through hails of bullets. And we wanted to keep that heaviness, but add more fluidity to how you move
it.
through
Yeah,
the battlefield.
because with that heavy armor,
Cover
it'd be
is
harder
life in
to
Gears.
run. Hard to run, so they've captured it really perfect.
And we've
this
completely
time.
rebuilt our movement and cover systems with smoother
Yeah,
transitions
to make it
and
look
a
like
bigger
it-
range of
it's
cover
real,
heights and shapes,
like you actually-
including new low ground cover. This all allows us to create more complex and organic feeling spaces than ever
That's
before.
what we needed.
From sprint, you can now slide, which lets you quickly get under objects, slide around corners,
On.
or transition more smoothly into cover from a run. And we added the ability to jump, which really opened up this citywide battleground. We get to play with more verticality,
Than just running
climbing walls
everywhere
and vehicles,
and
or clearing gaps in crumbling buildings to reach new flanking routes.
That's better.
At the heart of our gameplay is still that great Gears combat puzzle. A mix of unique enemy combinations, tactical weapon choices,
I like it.
and your ability to read and move through the arena. But now you have more choice than ever, and we get these peaks of almost action movie sequences. You can throw yourself off a balcony, land next to your buddy and revive him, scramble through cover, slide under a truck, and hit safety on the other side. We get these amazing Gears playgrounds, small and large, where all these elements come together, and the city is filled with them.
Our missions move across the city, from linear fights in narrow streets and alleys to more open districts,
I'm liking that
where you have
style,
access to entire
they
neighborhoods.
like it.
Now you have strategic choices. Do you take the enemy head on? Do you flank them from a side entrance? Or do you climb up to the balcony across the street and take them all out with your long shot? It's up to you. And if you're playing co-op with your friends, well, then you can try all three at the same time. Taking your own path reveals small stories from the city. Survivors trapped in an apartment.
There's a civilian in that building.
Fourth floor.
A raven cries in the distance. A group of gears ready an ambush.
Oh,
You still
so
have
you
your
can do,
orders,
like, little
but it's up to
side
you
mission,
to decide
not
where
just
you
the
offer
main
help
mission. Oh, that's
or
cool.
how much of the city you choose to explore.
And that city is fully realized. To create a city of this scale and detail, we needed to invest in an entire suite of tools. Tools for roads, intersections, sidewalks, e-holes, buildings, rooftops, and pipes. We have a procedural content generation toolset for scattering millions of pieces of trash and debris across the ground to make Kelowna feel lived in. This is the largest, most complex location you've ever seen in a Gears game.
I like it.
But the board control is connected to an older antenna. I can reconfigure their radios to reach Afira.
Do it. The remaining gears will hold the fort.
In other Gears games, the world's basically already dead. There are very few
What
human
would be
survivors
cool
left.
if you could
But
customize
in
your own
E-Day,
character
you're watching a live city
in
get
this.
ripped apart in front of you.
Big you playing with amongst the rolled out.
People who once went to work, sporting events, and celebrated the possibility of peacetime are now stopped in their tracks. They
Oh, so
abandon
you
their
keep the
cars
suit,
and run for survival,
but you do
attempting to
your own
find refuge
customized.
in subways or stores. A glimpse of a child's toy or dinner left uneaten are reminders of what's been lost and the horror of what the locusts have unleashed.
You'll experience the locust decimation at all scales in E-Day through our customized destruction technology. E-holes are back, unleashing waves of enemies from under your feet at any moment.
You got to be ready.
As a game design element, getting to use e-holes again as a spawn mechanic is brilliant. Locusts can come out of the ground anywhere, you can toss a grenade in to close them up. It just adds this great tactical layer to encounters.
But you'll also encounter massive sinkholes that'll pull down vehicles and entire buildings. And no amount of detail is too small, as micro-destruction goes beyond what we've ever done before with chippable cover across a range of materials. Your impact is real,
That's
visceral,
wicked.
and leaves a mark on the world.
That's how it should be. I'm so glad that
Destroyed
adding all
beauty
those
has
little
long been a
tiny
visual
details
pillar
in
of
it.
Gears of War, and we finally get to show the before, making the after hit that much harder. You'll recognize a neighborhood that was once intact is now completely destroyed. You'll walk through city streets filled with smoke and fire, and it feels completely different from how you first experienced it. You start getting this real feeling of
That's
the city's a
awesome.
character,
Frickin'
and it's
awesome.
really under attack.
Real time like destruction and that. So
It's
when you
the fall
go back through
of
the same
Kelowna.
place, it's not the same as what you. Love it, love it. More games need to do that.
E-Day is an intentionally intimate story. There's this colossal event going on in the plot, but the actual characters and the journey they go on is where you get to explore themes of burden, of loss, and of loyalty. The whole world of Gears is about characters. It's the nightmarish monsters from below versus the soldiers that hold the line in a war for survival.
You okay? No way this is real. It's pretty fucking real to me. On your feet.
This was our opportunity to focus on what makes Gears characters so special and what makes our enemies so iconic. The entire campaign is played from the perspective of our new squad, Bravo.
Looks awesome.
As the invasion breaks out, you'll meet Mags Carter, a former Gear now sweating it out at Kelowna's emulsion refinery.
Now, why don't you come talk shit when your balls drop? And quit going through my stuff.
And you'll also meet rookie cadet Lucas Reyes,
Real time destruction, everything.
a sharp comms officer who never made it to the front lines despite his dreams of military glory.
And as you go
Mags and Lucas, together with Marcus and Dom, are four soldiers thrown together, fighting through tensions with each other while fighting the Locust, ultimately forging their bonds in battle.
We follow Bravo Squad with our cinematic cameras, just like the intense war movies we love. The shots are intentionally gritty and a bit
real
shaky.
time
And
destruction,
leaning into these rough
real
edges
time
is what makes you feel like
added
you're
people
right in the
to
middle
do
of the action.
New motion capture when they come in. Heavy armor, so it
Bravo's
looks like
story
they're actually
also intertwines with others called to defend the city, including returning
Wicked.
characters like warrior philosopher Ty Caliso.
Our roads converge again.
Sure, when it's
Marcus Phoenix.
yeah, the same crew. It's after Gears of War
And
5.
fans of the books will finally get to see the hard-ass Raven pilot Gil Gettner
Because something
in-game
happened.
for the very first time.
Get the group back together.
Let's go and fuck this mess.
Marcus and Dom are absolute legends. You can spot those strong jaws and thick necks from a mile away. But if you go too realistic, you lose those unique features that make them stand out. Honestly, Marcus just isn't Marcus if you take away his classic perma-scout. So instead of chasing perfect realism, we focused on making them believable and memorable, respecting the details that really make them who they are.
That's cool.
Material and character fidelity in Gears of War E-Day far surpasses anything we've been able to achieve before.
Still
Our
amazing.
facial animation systems have been completely upgraded for E-Day. With 3 times more joints and over 350 facial shapes sculpted for each head alone to really represent the emotion in our characters. Marcus has more detail in his eyelashes than his entire character model did in the original Gears of War on Xbox 360.
Phoenix. Marcus. Sergeant, 26 RTI C Company. Next to kin, Adam Phoenix.
With the amount of layers we have, we've never had fidelity at this scale. Combined with a much more sophisticated animation rig, this allows us to have way more expressive characters with a huge range. From a small smirk to yells on the battlefield.
Come and get some, you goddamn grubs!
Your experience takes on a new intensity. We're pushing the graphical limit with 4K Ultra HD resolution, native HDR10 rendering, hardware ray tracing at 60 frames per second in campaign, and up to 120 frames per second in multiplayer.
When it comes to the Locust, to make them more believable, we made them scarier. The drones are wild and vicious. The boomers are even bigger this time around. They're like living battering rams smashing through doorways onto the battlefield. The wretches scream so loud it disorients you before they rip you apart. And the Reavers, they crawl up buildings and rain fire from above. Basically, the whole Locust army, whether new or old, are more intense than ever before.
Incredible.
So what now, Marcus?
We save everyone we can.
Enemies look wicked.
Gears of War has never been a horror game, but the world has always felt horrifying. And with E-Day, we lean into that even more. Our new gore system means damage feels meaty, responsive, and satisfying.
That looks more like
That was satisfying.
Muscle and cloth deforms in response to your attacks, and blood and bone damage adds to the intensity of combat. Gore is localized as well. Shoot a locust in the arm or leg, and you'll see the bullet take a chunk out of it. Or land a heavy shot on a limb, and our dismemberment system will rip it clean off in glorious detail.
The Nasha is going to get you the most satisfying shots, covering you in blood, or pop heads from afar with the long shot. We've revamped our favorite weapons for E-Day. And of course, we also have some fun new ones for even more brutal ways to tear your enemies apart. The new Gut Puncher grenade launcher is a COG weapon that fires armor-piercing explosive rounds. Quick fire a round to let it explode, or hold the trigger to control when it detonates. That means you can place a well-timed explosion behind an enemy protected by cover, or with practice, master its long-range eco closing potential. The Incinerator is our new shotgun. You can see the emulsion literally melt the skin off an enemy's body. Before, you'd probably get into a grapple if an enemy came charging at you. Now, you feel the power of getting to incinerate them when they get close. And of course, the Lancer.
The main one.
Nice.
The creation of the Chainsaw Lancer is another origin story from lore that we wanted to show in E-Day. From the moment that Ty grabbed that chainsaw to rip through a locust at the Superstore, to a prototype kit bashed on the front lines of the invasion, all to deliver on that gratifying moment when you finally get to slice a grub in two.
Gears music has always been about tension, escalation, and release. When a fight kicks off, the music hits hard. It tightens as things get more dangerous. And when you've dropped the last enemy, you hear that familiar big ringing chord.
And you got weapons to
For E-Day, we kept that structure, but made the sound harsher. Together with our composer, Adam Lastica, we built the score to match a world on the verge of collapse. The electric guitar returns alongside classical instruments, but both are pushed into uncomfortable territory. Like dragging a bone saw across a cello, creating dissonance that never fully resolves.
Where the hell are we?
Aren't the ray tracing lights anymore?
And then there's the sound design.
All simplistic sounds just to make the sound in the game.
All chainsaws have voices. When it came to the sound for our Proto Lancer, it was important to us to track down the exact make and model that was recorded back in 2006, and rebuild it from the ground up using our new sound effects system. This chainsaw has a 14-inch blade with that signature meaty yet intimate sound, and when it revs, you can hear all the gnarly details. In terms of how you'll experience Kelowna, I always think about our acoustic system like this. I'm walking down a street and I hear the sound reflecting off the walls around me. Then I step into an alley and everything immediately tightens. I come back out into a wide space and the sound opens up again, almost like a cathedral. And it's not just those spaces, it's the transitions between them where the magic really happens. That's where things feel alive. That's acoustics in real time.
Nice. At least it feels
real. It's a heavy
man.
world. And what better way to experience its dread and tension than through the music and sound that surrounds you?
Feels real time,
no other
like
game does the squad like
the
Gears does. Our themes, our gameplay, and our modes, they all revolve around this core element. But it's not just about the brotherhood that you experience in the stories. It's also about the bonds you create with your friends. Co-op has always been a part of our DNA. And like every great Gears game, you can bring your own squad to this fight. In campaign, all 4 characters are playable from the start, and we support 4-player online co-op and 2-player split screen on console. In Versus, our sweaty squad-based PvP is back, with a collection of 4v4 modes and all new maps set in locations in and around the war-torn city of Kelowna. We've combined classic Gears' symmetrical PvP map design with new traversal opportunities. You'll put your skill to the test alongside a seasonal roadmap of killer content, almost all of which you can just earn by playing the game, completing in-game challenges, events, and achievements. And today, we're excited to announce a dynamic new evolution of Gears' iconic PvE mode, Horde Siege. It's a 12-player mode where all 3 squads fight alongside each other to battle the Locust invasion and defend Kelowna across a range of city-based maps. We'll have more to share soon, and we hope you join us for our open beta weekends later this summer.
We good? Cool. Sergeant Phoenix?
Guess we're back to it.
What a lot, what a team. Incredible from Gears of War. All the details, gameplay, the surroundings, everything. environment, sound, engineering.
We can't outrun the past. But as long as we're still breathing, we're the ones that keep fighting.
20 years of Gears is such a milestone.
20 years.
It is such an honor and also a huge responsibility to make sure we deliver on the story of Gears.
It always
Long
comes
time.
back to the squad. It always comes back to this
Gears
theme
2,
of getting through the
Gears
absolute
3.
shittiest of times with somebody else who constantly has your back.
2011,
And that's
that
Marcus
was
and
Gears
Dom's
3.
story. The story of the original trilogy. The story of E-Day. And the story I think we can all relate to.
Thanks for pushing through.
Gears
Couldn't
2
have done
came
it
out in
alone.
2008.
You got it, man.
Having the opportunity to have E-Day come out in the same year as the 20th anniversary of Gears, the
Whoa,
quarter century
that's
anniversary of
wicked.
Xbox.
When it came out, the original
It's
day.
almost like a homecoming.
Celebrating.
It's like returning back to our roots and saying, fuck yeah, we're back.
Fuck
And we
yeah,
have
it's
so
back.
many more stories to tell. It's an incredible honor and one that we want to make sure that we do right.
Well done. That's well done, mate.
Ty. What a nightmare.
What a nightmare.
Untouched by nearly 80 years of war.
Love it.
Destroyed in 2 nights.
For us, the heart of Gears has always been about the bonds you make in the darkest of times. Inside the studio, we rally around a simple phrase: never fight alone. It guides how we build our stories, our gameplay, and our world. It's how we work as a team and the commitment we make to you, our fans. Everything comes
All
back
those
to that
years,
important
20
idea
years.
of sharing life's experiences, the highs and lows, together. And E-Day is the best expression of never fight alone that we've ever made. Whether you'll be picking up a Lancer for the first time ever, or you're as battle-hardened as Marcus Fenix, there's always a place for you in the Gears squad when Emergence begins on October 6th.
Love it. Gears of War E-Day. October the 6th. Embrace the Begins, October the 6th this year. Nice. Nice.